The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
We're going to talk about this main event where we had Anthony Joshua. And before we talk about the actual fight, Anthony Joshua was a fighter that a lot of people are saying that he might be shot and he might be over. But I mean, he's still a young guy. People like to throw dirt before fight actually gets he's only 34. So I don't know why the people were tripping like that, but he faced Otto Wallen today in a heavyweight bout. And the first few rounds, AJ did a good job of setting the tempo, mixing it up, going high and low. Typical AJ fight. Round 5, he hurt it with that left hook, probably broke his nose. And after the round was over, Wallen didn't get off the bench.
Yeah.
So
the guy didn't get off the bench.
Yeah.
So, Joshua's he's a good fighter, solid fighter. I think the problem that he has, his losses came from fighters that throw punches and bunches. If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he find people that can throw punches and bunches, he's gonna have a tough fight. I think as a fan of his, I would like to see him take on a fighter that can throw a lot of punches and bunches, and then see how he reacts to that. I think he's grown a lot from the losses he took. He rebounded from those and got some wins after him. But I think that's what's his knock when he fights people that are a little smaller than him, a little more shifty, a little bit more, quicker with the hands. It can be a tough time for him. But give his hat off. He did what he's supposed to do today. He got the W. He won in fashion. He got a knockout. This is what he wants. This is what we came to see. He did what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, it was impressive. And like I said, I want to circle around to the implications. Before this fight happened, they announced that in March, it's going to be Wilder versus Joshua and, basically a super fight. But now that Wilder lost, the fight's pretty much off the table probably. So
no, I think it can still be there. Because Wilder still sells tickets. He's still a big name. The loss, again, he's 38. We're gonna put the name to it. Now people are gonna look at him and be like, hey, he's falling short. This could be because a lot of spectators like Joshua wasn't ready for Wilder. That's what they kept saying. Joshua, doesn't have a chance against Wilder. Now you're looking at like, wait, hold on now. Is someone declining and Joshua has this chance to beat him. So the fight's still going to happen. I think the fight's still there. It's on the table. I'll still watch it. I want to watch it. That's one of the Wilder fights I'm talking about that he got 3 left. That's one of them. I think he got that fight under his tuck that could kind of give him the guarantee fight right there. That's still there. But yeah, I think that fight's still there. I think that's the one that we need to see.
By the way the commentators and Joshua was talking about after the fight, it doesn't sound like that's going to happen immediately next now.
Yeah. From that standpoint, but then who?
They're saying they might throw Parker in there now that Parker's got that win. Cash in on the immediate.
That's true.
Rub that he got. Joshua already beat Parker, so I don't see if you're if you're gonna sell a pay-per-view, like, does that bring in more eyes?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly. And who would bring in more eyes, Wilder or Parker for Joshua?
It'd be Wilder, but if from what I saw from the Wilder fight, that's one knock that I have on him. He never really learned how to box. He just looks for that big right hand.
Yeah, strong man.
And
yeah.
He in this fight today, he didn't look like he added some more skills in his arsenal with the using the jab and mixing it up, and he just was looking for that big right, looking for the knockout. And you gotta be a overall boxer in there.
Yeah. But that's why I think it'll be good for Joshua to take that fight, especially now. There's a lot more tape out there. When we first were seeing Wilder, he was getting guys out pretty early. Fights weren't lasting long. Now there's tape out there. There's ways to beat him. So I think Joshua could look at those and say, you know what, there's a gap that I can cover. I'm not saying that Joshua was scared of him or anything of that nature, but now there's more tapes on both of these guys that they took losses and things of that nature. So it still be a fight to make. I think that's why, they can say what they want, but, as fans and as people that watch the sport, Wilder still to me is that fight for Joshua, as in to making big money. I think that's still a big money fight. Now, where that fight takes place, that's a different story now. I think Joshua has more control over that ball than Wilder does. Yeah, Wilder at one point had control over that. I think now he kind of lost that.
He's definitely AJ definitely's got the leverage now. Yeah. I think it'd have to happen over in London.
Yeah,
it's on his
turn. He lost that, but the fight's still there. The fight, the paper, the purse is still there. So it's not a fight to make.
Man, I mean, is it too late to teach a old dog new tricks?
It's too late. It's too late for that. 38 years old. He already got 40 plus fights. He's gonna have to be a whole new training. He's gonna have to go to the gym, keep practice on it. But it worked already 41 fights prior, so it's not that it's wrong. He got 41 fights that he's won, so it's not a bad thing. He just it's a heavyweight. Anything can happen. It's boxing, sports. Anything can happen. So that's his style. That's what makes boxing everybody got their own style. That's what makes the sport so beautiful. So we'll see.
I don't know, man. Like you said, he does have 3 big fights, but this takes the wind out of that sail a little bit. Him losing, Wilder losing.
Of course, yeah. We're not like, oh yeah, they must fight now. Like if Wilder would have won today, would have been like, oh yeah, they gotta win. They gotta get that fight. March is gonna be crazy, But listen, if I'm Wilder's camp, I get another fight. Wilder does spectacular. Joshua wins the fight against Parker. Next thing you know, we're back at this conversation again. So that's how it goes.
I think Wilder has to take another fight in March, and then we circle back around in the fall and try to get him and Joshua. If I were Joshua, I'd just sit and don't even risk that fight.
Mm-hmm. No, but you gotta stay active. You gotta stay active. You gotta get the purse while it's still there, and you're only as good as your last fight. Anyway, so I think Wilder needs to get another fight, get that W, because then if he wins, people only remember that last fight. You're good as your last fight.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They might have fumbled the bag. This fight should have happened 3 years earlier, though. To be honest.
Yeah, I say that a lot of fighters. There's so many fights out there to be made, but some people fumble the bag way too late. And that's the problem with the sport. People looking at those undefeated records, are people scared to, get in harm's way. But, lucky for these guys, I think the fight's still there because their name still draws at this point. Now, Wilder loses again, then we're going to have trouble. I don't know if this fight or when this fight takes place. Do it takes place when Joshua loses and then it's there? It'd be interesting, too, if Joshua loses the next fight. So
that's the risk of him taking, like you said, that's the risk of him being active, though. He might lose.
But that's the whole point. We don't want them to sit on belts. We don't want them not to fight, be active. We want them to fight. So hey, it's part of the game, man. Get out there and fight. That's what they do. That's what they get paid to do. That's what the professionals at. These guys are trained fighters right there. So let them fight. Let them fight. That's why I said, when you said earlier, Canelo's ducking. Where's he ducking? He's going up in different divisions, fighting this person, that person, this person. Where's he ducking?
I mean, yeah, you got a point. You got a point. I don't even have anything to counter that.
Yeah, he's fighting everybody. So let them fight. If they take the L, they get a loss. But keep fighting. That's what I say. Keep fighting. You're as good as your last fight anyway. So if you win your next fight, hey, you're good.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep an eye on the big boys.